Good evening. Will everyone please rise and help me recognize the colors?
Forward, march. Halt. Present arms.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing while we retire the colors.
Order, arms. About, face. Forward, march.
Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, I'd like to call upon Father John DeBellis of St. James the Apostle Church in Carmel up to the podium to bless this evening.
Good evening, everyone. We ask Almighty God to bless this gathering and all the good works that are represented here this evening. We ask Him to help us in our county of Putnam, but also to help us individually as families and to see the good works and graces that He can give to us. So may God bless this occasion, this night, all these wonderful kids who have done so many good things. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you, Father. Thank you all for coming. This evening is our 28th annual Youth Awards dinner. This happens to be my 18th. My name is Joe DiMarzo. I'm going to be one of your co-hosts along with the Executive Director of the Youth Bureau, Janine Cunningham, who will be up very shortly. This evening you are going to hear incredible stories about young men and women and their achievements. What I find as the greatest thing about these achievements are they were done for no other reason than to make the world a better place. These individuals have created a potential. They've planted a seed for good, and they're someone we as adults can look up to. This evening also, I personally always leave with a renewed sense of enthusiasm about my profession, about my life, my family, the world, and I think it's contagious. And my hope is that after we all leave this evening, that we are motivated by these young people to do something to help someone else for no reason other than it's the right thing to do. I want to congratulate our Youth Award winners as well as our adult winner. Personally, we have certificates for everyone from a whole host of people. This evening as well, there's a lot of community leaders here. And I think it's important at this time that we recognize those community leaders. These are the individuals year in and year out who are there for the Youth Bureau. And in essence, they're there for our children. And they really support us in many, many ways. Not able to be with us this evening, but has sent her best regards is our County Executive, Mary Ellen Odell. I have not seen our sheriff yet, but he is scheduled to be here, Don Smith. But with us this evening is our Deputy Chair of the Legislature, Anthony DiCarlo. Anthony. Also with us is Legislator Roger Gross. Roger. With us also this evening, someone who really needs no introduction, is always there for our children, as well as many of us in the community. County Court Judge James Reitz. Judge. The other judge here this evening, who also happens to be on the youth board, Town of Carmel Judge Tom Jacobellis. By the way, by no means me introducing those two make them your friends, and you can't ask them for any favors. With us also this evening is Town of Carmel Supervisor Ken Schmidt. Ken? Ken? Sending their regards this evening is Congressman Patrick Maloney, Senator Greg Ball, Senator Terry Gibson, Assemblywoman Sandra Galiff, Assemblyman Steve Katz, who this evening is represented by Tara Keegan. I saw Tara earlier. And with us are our school superintendents and their representatives. I must tell you, through the years, they've been wonderful partners for the Youth Bureau, for all of the services we have. With us from Haldane is Dr. Mark Valenti. Superintendent of Mahopac, Tom Manko. Principal from Mahopac, Andy. Principal of Carmel, representing Dr. Ryan, is Kevin Carroll. Kevin, thank you for coming. Representing Jane Sandbank from Brewster is Kieran Stack. Kieran. And Sam Oliverio was scheduled to be here. He's one of our legislators, but he was going to be representing Dr. Nuzzi from Putnam Valley. In addition to those dignitaries, I think that just briefly I want to thank the Youth Bureau staff, Kathy Klein, who is probably still outside organizing. Diane Moore, Barbara Reitz, Adrian Iazzoni, in the back over there, Janine, and a whole host of other people, Elaine Santos, who've contributed to make this evening a success. So now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Janine Cunningham, who will just say a few words, and then we'll get into our keynote speaker, which is going to be a great treat for all of us this evening. Of course she does.
Thank you, Joe. Good evening and welcome to the 28th Annual Youth Awards Dinner. Tonight we recognize 17 youth for their outstanding community service to Putnam County and 1 adult for their outstanding commitment and dedication to the youth of Putnam. These volunteers have demonstrated what volunteering is and how they have helped to make their community a better place to live. Without these volunteers, programs in our community would not run as smoothly or even happen at all. So at this time, I'd like to ask the 17 youth and adult winners to please stand to be recognized. Thank you for your dedication and countless hours that you've devoted to the many different organizations in Putnam County. Now I'd like to invite the parents and guardians of our award winners to please stand and be recognized. Without all the support from these individuals, we would not have young people and our adult award winner so active in our community, so thank you. Also, now I'd like to recognize our youth board members, so if you could please stand and be recognized. These members volunteer their time at monthly meetings. They're very passionate about the future of our youth, and the commitment and guidance they give to the Youth Bureau is endless. I am truly grateful to have board members that are very active and knowledgeable about Putnam County and always willing to provide us with direction, so thank you. I promise not everybody's going to have to stand up. But lastly, I'd like the Youth Bureau staff to stand. I think most of you are here. Adrian, you're the only one in here right now. You're still out there working. So but mostly they're all out there. But this is an amazing group of ladies. They provide great programs to our youth and the families in Putnam County. The amount of time and energy they put into making their programs successful is a characteristic that is very rare. Each year, the Youth Bureau programming faces many funding cuts, And without this staff to step up and continue to maintain programming, we would not be as efficient in providing these services. So they're true team players. They fill in for each other, and they definitely stand up to the saying, it doesn't matter how the job gets done as long as it gets done. So it's a pleasure to work with the staff at the Youth Bureau, and I thank you for your support. I see Diane just walked in to give away. She runs our reality check program, and Barbara's over here too. Now I'd like to invite to the podium a youth board member who's not only a board member, but the first youth to hold an elected position. Please welcome our youth board vice president to come up and introduce our keynote speaker tonight, Stephen Youssef.
Good evening, everybody. All right, so I'd like to introduce to you our keynote speaker, a man who personally got me from a white belt to a second-degree black belt. His impact on my life is but a moment in time for his. I want to tell you the story of Master Paul Malella, the man, the entrepreneur, the teacher, the author, the success, and his impact on others. Once upon a time, at the age of 7, he was challenged with a bully that lived in his neighborhood, rode his school bus, and attended the 3rd grade with him. His mom enrolled him at Taekwondo school, and after secretly learning the art of Taekwondo, he confronted that bully. That bully ultimately became his best friend, and Master Malella became his best man at his wedding. As you can see, Taekwondo played a major role in his life at an early age, but that was just the beginning. Master Malella continued to pursue his life of Taekwondo and competed nationally, where he became a 9-time New York State champion, junior Olympic national medalist, and competed internationally. He continued to share his passion as he began teaching children and adults Taekwondo. By the age of 18, Master Malella was managing and operating a martial arts business while being a full-time student. He spared school in order to train and coach his younger brother in martial arts, and he competed in Spain, Mexico, Korea, and Turkey. Under his leadership, his brother, Master Anthony Malella, became a gold medalist and an Olympic junior national champ. Master Malella is now a 6th-degree black belt and the owner of that same Taekwondo school that he managed. He became a success in the building of the school from scratch to a reputation of professionalism and quality. His school, UMAC of Carmel, has won numerous awards. He himself was awarded the Putnam County's 40 Under 40 Trailblazer Award. He was also featured in Martial Arts World magazine as an emerging leader in the industry. And he's a business trainer and personal development coach helping professionals improve their lives. He's also the founder of Empowered Mastery Consultants. It's a company used to inspire and impact professionals to achieve ultimate success. He's also the co-author of his best-selling book, You Have Infinite Power, over here. And he also made a children's book called Qualities of a Black Belt Leader. He also created a Master Malella anti-bully program. Each year, Master Malella donates $20,000 in scholarships to local schools, gives up his time to students about developing leadership, and raises money for the muscular dystrophy program as well as others. Master Malella is also blessed with an awesome family. His wife, instructor Gina Malella, and 2 children, Kiana Isabel and Pierce Michael. On a personal note, Master Malella has taught me and my sister many things in our training at UMAC. His life's purpose, quote, is to be an inspirational leader, to enjoy a healthy, vital life of love, gratitude, passion, and contribution. I will do this by living my life to its full potential, leading by example, and sharing my specialized knowledge. I will do this for myself, my family, and the students I teach. Unquote. I think he does this very well. It's with great honor, pride, and pleasure that I introduce to you my mentor, my teacher, and my friend, Master Paul Malella.
How many of you would love to be a better leader? Thank you. How many of you would love to be an inspirational leader? Thank you. How many of you don't want to be a leader at all? I was just checking because not everyone raised their hand on the questions and answers. Yes, my name is Master Paul Malella, and I'm the owner of United Martial Arts Centers. And, I'm so honored and grateful and humbled to be here in front of all these wonderful people. I want to thank Mr. Gentili for making the phone call. I want to thank Putnam Youth Borough for allowing me to be here to give my knowledge and share some experiences with you. I want to thank all the students that won and are going to come up here to win some amazing awards. I congratulate you and honor you at such a young age to do phenomenal things to be in the position that you're at. I believe anyone that invested time and energy into improving themselves and others is in the top 5% of the most successful people in the world. So let's give them a big hand. You have my commitment in the next, I think, 20 or 30 minutes to take whatever's inside me and transfer it in you in this short amount of time. Today, I'm going to share with you a little bit of a blueprint. What's it called? Blueprint. A blueprint. A blueprint that is going to identify their life's purpose. Things, qualities that they all possess, but it's going to make them more aware, more confident, give them a level of fulfillment and joy and success, not just personally, but professionally. Was that something maybe you'd be interested in today? Yes? Thank you. I am not the type of trainer or speaker who gets up in front of everyone and tells them what they should do to be, quote, successful. Hopefully you're going to see that I'm going to speak with lots of passion. What's the word? Passion. Thank you. And I truly believe the information and the life philosophy that I share is the most powerful information in the universe. I can stand in front of you with complete confidence saying that. I have literally taught, shared, and helped thousands and thousands and thousands of boys and girls and families all around the country. Literally, kids that are in Queens, New York, teenagers, underprivileged children with cigar burns on their hands, donating my time to help them have a different mindset to top executives in Fortune 500 companies. And what that really means, if I can help and inspire and impact those people, I can hopefully make a little bit of a difference and get some results with these students here today. Now, a lot of people use the word success. I've heard it all the time. How many of you heard the word success before? Yes? Well, here's what I can tell you. A lot of people that I work with, they're making millions of dollars a year, but yet they're divorced and they don't have a great relationship with their family. I have clients that are physically fit externally, but internally, they're not healthy and vital and constantly getting sick. Does anyone know someone that's constantly getting sick? And because they're constantly getting sick, they're like, what? Take away time from their family, from their career, from the things that they love to do. I also have clients that are so-called spiritual, but they can't pay their bills. They can't help their family and the people, the charities they want to really donate to. So I don't know about you, to me, that's not success. Success should be experienced in multiple areas of your life, and it should be identified with what I call, and Stephen kind of shared it earlier, a life's purpose. Now, you may know I may ask a lot of what? Questions. Thank you. I may leave a word off the end of the thank you. I may draw on the board and ask you to do some silly little exercises today. How many would love to get the most out of this short amount of time that we have here together? Thank you. Anyone not? Okay, just checking. Well, the way I teach is called accelerated learning. What's it called? Thank you. So I want to be able to impact you and inspire you as much as I possibly can in this short amount of time. Is that okay? Thank you. Since we are spending some time here together, permission to share a little bit about myself, please.
Yes.
Thank you. About 20 years ago, like Stephen said, I was a college student down in Florida. I was studying to become a school teacher. And at that particular point in my life, I thought everything was wonderful. I had a 3.0 college GPA. For me, that was really good. because elementary school and middle school and high school, I was a social overachiever, athletic overachiever, academic overachiever, maybe not so much, right? I was in the best physical shape of my life. I was a personal trainer. I taught martial arts down in Florida. I had a girlfriend I thought I was going to marry, and I was definitely enjoying the Florida weather, unlike we're trying to get back to here in New York. But what I did, what happened was, I got an unexpected phone call from my dad. That's your seat. My dad had shared with me that my younger brother at the time, who was about 12 years old, was losing interest in his martial art practice. He was potentially kind of making the wrong decisions and choosing the wrong path. I made a decision to leave Florida, fly back up to New York. I had an opportunity to go back to work with my previous instructor, who's no longer with us now. I had an opportunity to mentor, to coach, and guide my younger brother. Has anyone ever put their life on hold truly because they were selfless and loved something or somebody else? Thank you. Well, I found myself at 19, 20 years old living back home with mom and dad. I was earning $5 an hour in a martial arts school, later to find out was going to go out of business. I ended up purchasing a $200 brown Volkswagen Rabbit, thinking that would save some money so I could buy this girl I thought I was going to marry a ring. And then I had a childhood friend since the first grade. And then what happened was, he inspired me to open up a school and take over a martial arts school, but I was always hesitant. You know, and that month, the girlfriend breaks up with me, probably because I'm driving around in a $200 Volkswagen Rabbit and making $5 an hour with a business that's probably going to go under. But that same friend that was doing his best to inspire me was driving a motorcycle in the town of Putnam Valley on a Thursday night, and a woman was on her cell phone ordering pizza with her children in the car and hit him and killed him instantly at 20 years old. Has anyone ever felt that their life wasn't kind of going the way it should be? Yes? Well, at that point in my life, I was not in a positive state of mind. I did not enjoy life that much. My instructor offered to sell me his martial arts school. I don't have any money. I'm the oldest out of 5 kids. My dad's a blue-collar guy. Mom raised up 5 children. Money did not come easily and effortlessly to my mom and dad. But here's what my dad did do for me. Talk about extraordinary leadership. He did about $30,000 worth of electrical work in my boss's home, and I took over that business. And I did everything I thought I should be doing to make that martial art or that business a success. But nothing was what? Nothing was working. And people consistently came up to me, go back to school, get your degree, become a school teacher. At least you'll have a steady... That's right. And not that becoming a school teacher was bad. It just wasn't my burning desire. It wasn't my true passion in life. And after a while, I questioned my decision. But here's what happened to me. And if you can remember this, the award winners, I want you to remember or write this down. Someone gave me a book to read. It was the best gift of my life. It was called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Has anyone ever read that book before? Thank you, one person. Well, besides this book, I recommend that book. But something magical happened. It wasn't about Think and Grow Rich monetarily. It was Think and Grow Rich about your mind. And there were certain qualities and characteristics. Certain qualities and characteristics about people. 500 of the most successful people of that generation. Quality, traits, and characteristics that made them successful. And I don't know what happened, but I either consciously or subconsciously applied some of those principles to my personal and professional life. And here's what ended up happening to me. Took a martial arts school with 20 students. I built it up to become one of the most successful martial arts schools in the entire country. I trained a 12-year-old boy going down the wrong path, coached and mentored him to be one of the top competitors at Olympic Taekwondo level. He is now my business partner, my best friend besides my wife. We own martial arts schools with commercial real estate to help inspire and impact families at a much higher level. I was able to attract like-minded people into my world, into my life, other successful people that I've never had the opportunity to meet, and was able to take a life philosophy and put it into a book. And now I have an opportunity of traveling around the country and sharing that with people that would never stepped in my martial arts school, ever. I had the opportunity of meeting and marrying the woman of my dreams. We are married 13 years. We have a beautiful daughter, Kiana Isabel, who's now across practice, not too far away. And my son, Pearson Michael. His middle name's named after the friend that died in the motorcycle accident. And I finally got rid of that $200 brown Volkswagen Rabbit. Anything that I say, I'm not here to impress you by any means. It's to impress upon you that everything that you have is a direct result of how you think, how you feel, and how you act. It's all a choice in life. I believe every day all of us have that choice to wake up. And we could choose to be negative or we could choose to be positive. We could choose to be sad or happy, lazy or confident, depressed or grateful, boring or fun. How many of you love to be fun? Are you sure? Okay, so let's do a little exercise. I do it a lot in my martial art class. And then, you know what? Let's do it today, right now. So everyone kind of slouch down like this. Some of you already look like that already. But slouch down like this. And everyone say, feeling bad. Feeling bad. All right, sit up straight. It might sting a little bit, but sit up straight. Smile. Good, come on, smile. There it is. And everyone say, feeling great. Feeling great. All right, that was like really stinky. All right, go back. Everyone say, feeling bad. All right, sit up straight, smile, and everyone say, feeling great. Feeling great. All right, come on, give me 2 claps. 2 more. All right, so here's the deal. See, when you're a leader, communication's key. Would you agree? Okay, so do you know the words alone only have about 7% effectiveness? So here's most of the people in the room. Feeling great. You know what I'm saying? How many people know what I'm talking about? Yes? Yes. So like if you add not just the words, but a little bit tonality, it maybe brings up to like 30% effectiveness. But if you have physiology, what's it called? Yeah, body language. That's why we say feeling great. Now we have about 55 or something like that percent effectiveness. So let's put this into effect. We're going to have a little game. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask you in about a couple seconds to introduce yourself to maybe 2 people. How many people? 2. Yeah, but make believe like you don't even care that you want to introduce yourself to them. It's kind of like this. How you doing? All right, here we go. 2 people. You're going to stand up, introduce yourself like you don't even care. Ready? Go!
Okay, all right, good, freeze. All right, now, how'd that feel, everybody? Did that feel bad? I think so. All right, how about another one? Here we go. You ready?
You gotta be professional now. We saw it a lot today, this evening. You have to be professional, like a business meeting, like a youth awards ceremony. It's a little bit different, isn't it? It kind of looks like this. How are you? You have to be a little bit more formal, more presentable. Like, you kind of have to do it to do the right thing. 2 different people. Ready? Go. What?
right, get the two. Oh, we're starting to smile. We're starting to warm up a little bit. All right, have a seat, feeling great. Last one. Imagine.
Imagine. It is your long lost friend from elementary school, from middle school. You haven't seen them in years. You just saw them for the very first time. It's kind of like how I met the Yosef family. Yosef! Right? Hannah! It's so good to see you! Alright, ready? Two different people. Ready? Go!
Feeling great? Have a seat, feeling great.
Some of the people in the room was like, I wasn't expecting this guy to do this. Which one felt better? First, second, or third? Some people were like, but you know what? When it comes to leadership, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about energy. Energy wins. When you have a level of leadership and passion and love and gratitude in your heart, people will be drawn to you. There's something about you that's different. There's something about you that makes a difference in other people's lives. And when you choose to be that person, that's when you're a leader on the outside as well as on the inside. See, I believe that there's 5 levels of leadership. And the first level of leadership is it must start with yourself. You can't help, lead, mentor anybody unless you can help, lead, and make a difference in yourself. Once you can do that, the second level of leadership is maybe you can impact and inspire someone one-on-one. And I see this in my martial arts school. That's what we do. We develop that. We ask students to say, hey, Stephen, can you just take that one student, Bobby, and work with him for a little bit? Yes, sir. And they work one-on-one with somebody. The next level of leadership is that you're able to impact small groups. You know, maybe it's a baseball team, a Girl Scout troop, or a small team on an organization. The next level of leadership is that you can impact maybe a community or an organization. And for a while, this is where I was living. I was able to inspire and impact families in the community, built an organization, but I felt like I wanted to impact and inspire at a higher level. And most people in this room are doing that now. And I think they're extraordinary people because now they're working with the masses, or they're working nationally, or internationally, or globally. But it's got to start with yourself. That's the most important part. So for all the award winners this evening, please stand up. Please stand up. Thank you. Let's give them a big hand. Here's what I want you to think. Most people in this room, they want to have the thing. They want to have the award. They want to have the job. They want to have the relationships. Some people, when I work with companies and corporations, they want to have the home, the cars, all this stuff. Haves are goals. They're great. They're important. But they're byproducts. Because in order for you to have anything, you must do certain things a certain way, which all of you in this room has taken action on and have done certain things to get this award, to be deserving of all your leadership, community service, and selflessness. Which leads me to only one thing. You have to make a decision to be a certain type of individual. Everything in the universe grows from the inside out. So before you can have or do anything, you have to become someone first. So here's what I would like you to do. If you can come up here, please and thank you. Each one of you, please and thank you. Let's give them a big hand. I have another one. Take one. Take one. You're going to get another sheet. My office manager didn't staple them. I apologize. Take one. Take one. Take one. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Here, guys, I'm going to put the pens and pencils right here. You're going to grab them for me, all right? Please and thank you. Everyone got one? Thank you. Thank you. Everyone got one? Thank you. Thank you. Who else? Thank you. Anyone? Everyone's got theirs? All right. Thank you. All right. Get a pencil, please and thank you, and then take a seat. Please and thank you. By the end of the evening, everyone else is going to be saying please and thank you after I said it 100 times. Great, perfect. All right. On the back of that sheet, I want you to turn it around. Just flip it around, please. Thank you. And then what I want you to do is I want you to write all the B qualities that you want to possess. So if I said, Hannah, you want to be? Thank you. You want to be? You can steal hers. That's fine. You want to be? A doctor. You want Tommy? B? Okay. Now think about it. A psychologist and a doctor is a what? It's a have. It's a byproduct. Stephen, in order for you to be a doctor, who do you have to be? You have to be dedicated. You have to be determined. You have to be focused. You have to be passionate. You have to be licensed. When I say B qualities, ladies and gentlemen, it's qualities that you want to possess on the inside. You want to be focused. You want to be passionate. You want to be grateful. You want to be appreciative. You want to be disciplined. You want to be respectful. You want to be selfless. I want you to take about a minute and write down all the B qualities that you would like to have in your lifetime. Ready? Go.
I have a job as a I have a job as a I have a second job. Those are
and freeze. All the students out there, the people that are winning awards, do you have at least 3? Who does not have 3? All right, hurry up. I'm looking.
Okay, beautiful. If you can all, the Youth Award winners, please stand up. Thank you. Come on, another big hand for them.
When it came
I would love for you guys to come make a straight line over here, please, and thank you.
We'll start with Hannah because I know her first name and her last name. But name your top most important 3 B qualities. Tell them to the audience, please, and thank you.
I want to be.
I want to be respectful, helpful, and sincere.
Give her a big hand.
I want to be creative, dedicated, and strong.
Give her a big hand.
I want to be respectful, successful, and compassionate.
I knew you'd get big.
I want to be happy, determined, and confident.
Good job.
I want to be driven, determined, and successful.
I want to be brave, successful, and selfless.
I want to be funny, wise, and interesting. I want to be funny. I want to be funny, wise, and interesting.
I want to be confident, selfless, and determined. I want to be achieving, kind, and caring. I want to be successful, determined, and influential.
I want to be kind, patient, and dedicated.
Thank you.
I want to be confident, strong, and dedicated.
I want to be happy, creative, and passionate. I want to be hardworking, successful, and courteous.
I want to be helpful, healthy, and happy.
I want to be positive, caring, and supportive.
I want to be happy, healthy, and positive.
Now, I'm going to share with you the 2 most powerful words that you will ever use. Everyone say, I am. I am. I am. Most of you may or may not know a boxer called Muhammad Ali. What did he say? I am the greatest. He didn't physically train externally, he trained his mind. And I believe your mind is the most powerful muscle every single one of you have. But yet, who trained you to train the mind, to strengthen that muscle? So today, we're going to give you one simple exercise, one strategy that you're going to leave here today, and I promise you're going to remember this, and it's going to change your life. You're not going to be those qualities. You're going to attach the words, I am, to them. And when you use them, you're going to take not just the words, but you're going to anchor, what's it called? Anchor a body language, a gesture, something that's going to empower you. So when you need to be that person, you know your mind's going to tell you, you are. So, Hannah, number 1 quality on that list.
I am successful.
So when you say it, Hannah, what gesture comes to you when you think of successful?
I am successful.
Give her a big hand.
I am creative.
I am respectable.
Hold on. I'm here to help. That's one of mine. So maybe it's I'm respectful. Yeah, you should take martial arts with me.
I'm confident.
Hold on. Ready? I'm confident. Okay, ready? You gotta feel it. Show everyone. Let them know that you are confident. Ready? Go.
I'm confident.
Yes!
I'm driven.
Say, I'm driven.
I'm driven.
All right. I am selfless. All right. I am determined. See your fist? Awesome.
I am achieving.
I am achieving. Good.
Successful.
More body language.
I I am successful.
I am kind. Good. Soften your voice. Very good.
I am passionate.
I don't know about that one.
I am passionate.
Passionate. Come on. I am passionate. That boy. Good. And he smiles. I know he's happy. Look at that smile.
I am hardworking.
Hardworking. Good. I am happy.
I am positive.
Oh, I like that one. Last one.
I'm happy too.
I'm happy. Let's give him a big hand, guys. I brought gifts for you, and I hope you read it. If there's one thing that you've learned today, one thing that you learned, maybe even some of the adults learned something today. But one little thing that you do in your life, over time, what's it going to do? Increase over time. Take those words that you wrote down. Remember them. Take them on as your true identity, your true character, and create your life's purpose. And apply some of these principles. And one day, contact me and hopefully share with me your experience. So as you go to sit down, please accept one of my books as a gift of gratitude for all your selflessness, leadership within the community, and all the people that you have served.
Can we, I gotta tell you, when we were at the board meeting and speaking about who our keynote speaker was, and through the years we've had some really quality keynote speakers, and when Master Malala's name came up, we all paused for a brief moment and then said, yeah, that's a great idea, but I gotta tell you, this was fantastic. Great round of applause. Thank you. Humor is one of my good qualities. At least I think I'm funny, right, Tommy? As we're doing the I am, I'm thinking I am hungry. But before we get to that, I just wanted to introduce one of our legislators who came in, is Ginny Nasserino. Ginny, thank you. Also, our Sheriff Don Smith has come in. Don. And Under Sheriff Peter Convery. Peter, thank you for joining us. Dinner is served. We have two sides, please. There's going to be plenty of food. Help yourselves and enjoy your evening. Thank you. If I could get everyone's attention, please. Dr. Valenti, I always wanted to be a teacher. Eyes up here. I hope everyone enjoyed dinner. There's still food left over. Help yourself to seconds. Those of you that are working on that, help yourself to thirds. Please enjoy your meal. At this time, we want to get started with our program, and I'm going to invite up the Vice President of the Youth Board to read a proclamation from our county executive and our legislators.
Okay, so this is a proclamation from County Executive Mary Ellen Lavelle and all the legislators. Okay. Congratulations to each of you on being selected as a recipient of this year's 2013 Putnam County Youth Award. It is wonderfully heartening to know that at your young age, you have already made a difference in each other's lives. May you continue to do so throughout your life. Volunteering, as you already know, can be one of life's most enjoyable experiences. Giving of your time and self without monetary reward is surely going above and beyond. And yet, there is nothing quite as gratifying as working for a cause, whether it be your own or that of an organization, where you participate in the problem solving and then see a project through to its finish. In doing so, you have accomplished something of value for yourself as well as for others. Remember, as Aesop wrote hundreds of years ago, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Centuries later, the American poet, writer, and philosopher Henry David Thoreau said, "One is not born in the world to do everything, but to do something." And more recently, well-known television journalist and news broadcaster Tom Brokaw said, "It's easy to make a buck. It's a lot tougher to make a difference." But making a difference is exactly what you have done, and we are thrilled to be honoring you. County Executive Mary Ellen Moore.
And our legislators as well. At this time, we have some dignitaries that I would like to invite up to say a few words. I'm going to start off with our Sheriff, Don Smith. Don, will you join us, please?
Thank you, Joe. This is a very special night in Putnam County, and it's a great honor for Under Sheriff Convery and I to be here representing law enforcement and all the men and women of the Putnam County Sheriff's Office. You know, tonight to hear the great speech from our keynote speaker, Paul Malella, the master, and then to hear young Stephen Youssef give a wonderful introduction that made me think during the introduction that he was running for Congress in the next election. And then to see the youth of our county receive these awards. It's just a very, very uplifting night for all of us in attendance. When I heard Master Paul Malella's talk, I thought tonight I would just share with you one thought about leadership, and that's about morale. I think you can see that the Master's speech tonight was all about morale. And I have to go back to 1988, when I was serving as the Chief of Armor Branch in Washington, D.C., and I was given a special mission by Major General Thomas Tate, the commanding general of the Armor Center at Fort Knox, Kentucky. He asked me to be an escort for World War II hero, the great General Bruce Clark. General Clark was being invited to Fort Knox, Kentucky to receive the Golden Medallion of the Order of St. George, the highest award of the U.S. Army Armor Association. General Clark was very frail at the time, and so there was a military doctor that accompanied us on the flight. But General Clark was still very alert, especially strong in spirit, and was every bit the mentor and teacher, just like Master Malella. From the very moment I first met General Clark at Davison Army Airfield outside of Fort Belvoir, Virginia, and throughout the entire trip, General Clark tried to mentor me. He used me as his leadership laboratory, and I was his student. He shared with me a number of stories about leadership, about lessons learned, about how to deal with people, about how to treat people and how to inspire them to achieve greatness. But there's one story, and only one, that I will share with you tonight. During that flight, General Clark looked into my eyes very seriously and he said, "Colonel, what is your definition of morale?" But before I could answer, General Clark said, "I'm going to tell you a story that best describes what morale is all about." These are General Clark's words now. He said, many years ago, while I was commanding the troops in Korea, I had a brief encounter with a young congressman. The young congressman was visiting our troops as part of a CODEL, a congressional delegation. And as I met this young congressman up and about early one Sunday morning, I asked him, what are you doing here up so early unescorted? And the congressman replied that he was there to check on the troops, particularly the morale of the troops. General Clark went on to say that he asked this young congressman how he was going to do that. How do you propose to check on the morale of the troops, General Clark said. And the congressman replied he was checking their mail. He was checking their mess hall, their dining facility, the Red Cross support, the library support, the post-exchange support, all those things that are important. And General Clark about this time said he got a gleam in his eye as he looked at that young congressman. And he said, I told that young congressman that I knew a little bit about morale too. And I want you to know all these things you've just named are very, very important. But they're not the primary ingredient of morale. General Clark went on to say that morale is really comprised of three things. Number one, knowing you have an important job. Number two, knowing that you're doing it well. And number three, knowing that someone appreciates it. Think about that. An important job, doing it well, and knowing that someone appreciates it. General Clark lamented that for almost a quarter of a century, he hadn't heard a word from this congressman until one day, totally unexpected out of the clear blue sky, he received a letter. And the letter went like this. Dear General Clark, I'm writing to let you know that I've often thought about our chance meeting in Korea more than 25 years ago. And I want you to know that now I know you were absolutely correct. That morale is truly comprised of three things. Number one, knowing you have an important job. Number two, knowing that you're doing it well. And number three, knowing that someone appreciates it. And the letter was signed, Gerald R. Ford, President of the United States, written from that loneliest place, the Oval Office. He was that congressman of a quarter of a century ago. Gerald Ford came along at the right time. He had many trials and tribulations. He healed the country at a time that it needed healing. He provided leadership and brought the country back together after the tragedy of Watergate. So tonight, as we honor these wonderful young people, as we see young Stephen Yusuf come up here, as we see the cadets in the back of the room, I just ask you to think about this after you heard the Master Malela's speech earlier tonight. Think about morale. Think about how you affect other people. Think how you inspire people. Never be afraid to remind people how important their job is, how well they're doing it, and how much we appreciate it. So tonight, as we honor these young people, these are the future leaders of Putnam County, of New York State, and of America. So tonight we say to them, have high morale tonight, because you are truly great young Americans. You've had important missions and you've done them well. And we honor you, and we, the residents of Putnam County, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here to honor these young people. There's not a more important place to be tonight than right here. May God bless you all. May God continue to bless the United States of America. And may God's blessing especially be on the young people who are here tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. I'd like to now invite up our Deputy Chairman of the County Legislature, Anthony DiCarlo, and if Roger and Ginny would like to join him, please.
very much, Joe. Good evening, everybody, and I promise you I will make it quick. Actually, the three of us here happen to be educators, retired English teacher and social studies teacher, Board of Education leader of his community service. And we have Ms. Nesserino here, who works also for the school system. She's in Brewster. And myself, I am a principal. We know how honored we are for what you did to get to this point. Because I know we're going to hear in a number of minutes all your accomplishments. But juggling academics, juggling probably sports, but then not sitting down behind a computer and gaming, or not sitting behind a computer and IMing all night, but going out and being a service provider. What a great, incredible honor to do, to give to others. I tell you, we're proud of you, and we are encouraged that we want to hear your success stories. Those of you who are seniors, who are going on to college, things that you do and continue to do, please email us back and let us know so we can share and continue to share the pride that we have in you. Those of you who juniors, continue the great work. And to the parents, for all you do in making the successful son or daughter you have in front of us tonight. That's a tribute to you and your dedication for every single night, wanting them to be the best they can. Again, thank you all for being here. God bless you. Best of luck to you. Those of you who are graduating, congratulations. Those of you who are going on to college, best of luck. May your pathways be golden and full of success. God bless you all.
Good evening. Just to echo on some of Legislator DeCarlo's comments, I know how hard you work. I work at Brewster High School. I know how engaged you are. The dedication, the commitment, and the perseverance that it takes to be where you are today. So congratulations to all the recipients. We are proud of you. You are among Putnam's finest. Many of you had said what you want to be is be successful. You are successful, and we are truly proud and honored to be here to celebrate with you this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. As a social studies teacher for 30 years at Brewster High School, I certainly appreciate the focus and dedication you young people have done over the years to get where you are today. You certainly earned it, and we all appreciate it. And to you parents, thank you, because you are the power behind the throne. You make it happen, and your support and your dedication and your encouragement. It's great to be here, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to invite up Tara Keegan, who's representing Assemblyman Steve Katz, to say a few words. Tara is a former youth board member, youth court person. Did you win the youth award? She had won the youth award back in... she now works for Assemblyman Steve Katz. Thank you, Tara.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before I begin, I would like to thank Putnam County Executive Mary Ellen O'Dell, the Putnam County Youth Bureau, and the other elected officials for providing excellent opportunities to the youth of our community and allowing them to grow and become remarkable young adults. As stated, my name is Tara Keegan, and I am the District Office Director for Assemblyman Steve Katz. The Assemblyman apologizes that he could not be here to personally congratulate you. It is an honor to be here this evening and to acknowledge the 17 recipients of the 2013 Putnam County Youth Award. The Putnam County Youth Award is awarded to a select group of individuals that exemplify the true meaning of leadership and service to the community. Each of these young ladies and gentlemen have dedicated their time to serving others while keeping up with their rigorous academic workload and extracurricular activities. I'm a former recipient myself, and I understand the amount of work that you had to put in order to receive this honor. You should be very proud of your accomplishments. This is a milestone in your life that indicates that you will have a bright future ahead of you and that you will become the future leaders of tomorrow. You're an inspiration to all of us, and you have made Putnam County very proud. It is role models like you that are making our community a better place to reside in. Congratulations, and I wish you all the very best in all of your future endeavors. Thank you.
Our last dignitary that we've invited up to speak tonight is someone who is just always invested in kids with parents. He's one of our community leaders, former board member, and a just wonderful person, County Court Judge James Reeds.
Thank you so much. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for this opportunity, and to the parents, the grandparents, the extended family, and the friends that are here to support these wonderful 17 students that receive these awards. Thank you very much for what you do, what you've done for all these years, and what you will continue to do. It's the family is what it's all about for our communities, and I thank you for that. I know I think approximately 75 students were nominated for this award, and I know there's a young lady here who was nominated, wanted to be with us as well tonight. Is Paula Moore in the audience? Where's Paula? Was she here tonight? She was here, wasn't she? Oh, she's right over here. This young lady. Paula, how you doing? You were nominated. Congratulations on everything you do as well. Congratulations. I happen to have the privilege and honor of meeting my wife at a dinner some years ago. We've been married 8 years now. And I saw her across the room over in that area years ago when we first met. And I've learned that she spent about 25 years here with this Youth Awards dinner and the Youth Court. And I know the sheriff has mentioned it, and other people will talk about it as well. There's no higher calling than the service to others. And it starts with our own kids and our families. And it's just a privilege to be able to work with you, help you out, and serve the people here in Putnam County. To the 17 award recipients, this, Mike, the sons and daughters, is just the beginning. You have a long way to go. You've set the bar very high. We expect great things from you. And I think Master Malala is amazing. Was that guy amazing? A motivational speaker or what? I know I'm inspired, and I'm inspired because I've read about the 17 students tonight that have received their awards, and our future looks great. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Okay, I want to now, as we get our program started, invite up our sheriff, Anthony DiCarlo, our legislature, Judge Reeds, to help us give out certificates. Kenny Schmidt is our town supervisor, Town of Carmel. He's also representing Senator Greg Ball this evening, and I'm going to ask them to help hand out all of these certificates. I just got technology is just so interesting. I don't have my glasses on, but I just got a text from a leader that says, "Hope the evening's going well. Please bring home milk." Oh, sorry. I'd like to now introduce Roger Young, who will introduce our first award recipients.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm very honored to be here tonight. I look forward to this event every year. It's a very special event, and I want to start by just congratulating all the award winners and also all the nominees that were nominated for this special award. We're very proud of everybody. We feel that you do special work in the community. We feel that you make a difference in so many lives of the people that live in our community, and I just want you to keep up that good work. Secondly, I'd like to congratulate the parents for being such good role models, for also being very supportive of all your kids, to do all this community service, and lastly, for all the taxi service that you provide for all the necessary times that they have to go out. And lastly, I'd like to thank the nominators who took the time to acknowledge the great things that the youth are doing, and for all the nominations that we got and all the nominees that we had for these awards. So we're going to start now, and I'm going to call up Shay Belsky, our first award winner. Congratulations. Okay, I want to tell you a little bit about Shay. He goes to Mahopac High School. He lives in Mahopac. He's in 11th grade there. And some of the organizations that he works for, that he does this community service for, are Mahopac High School, the Temple Beth Shalom, and the Greater Mahopac Carmel Chamber. And some of the things that he does are really wonderful. He does teaching Hebrew school. He's been a youth group president. He helps with community affairs and event organization. He does street fairs. He does a lot of computer work. He does some library media center work for the school. He does some website maintenance, and he assists teachers with software. You must be a computer whiz. I have a feeling you're really good at that. Okay, so why does Shay like to volunteer? Okay, this is what he said. He likes to give back to the community. He likes helping to teach others, and he likes to make things better for people. I asked him who his role model was, and he said, without much hesitation, Stephen Hawkins, somebody who's overcome the odds, somebody with great physical challenges, but has made tremendous contributions to the world of science. And lastly, I asked him what his future plans are, and he said he hopes to go to Rensselaer Polytech and study, of course, computer science and engineering. So that is excellent. Congratulations, and I'm going to give you a chance to say a few words if you'd like to.
Thank you again to Roger and the entire Youth Bureau. It is an honor to receive this award and to be in the same room as my peers who have given back to the Putnam community. I'm proud to have grown up here, where there are limitless opportunities for community service. I've been involved with many organizations as a student or volunteer, as Roger pointed out: Temple of Shalom, the Mahopac Central School District, the Mahopac Chamber, Mahopac Carmel Chamber, Park, and St. John's Church. I've met a lot of people who have demonstrated real selfless behavior and have illustrated how important it is to give back to the community. When I was little, I always hoped that I would win an award for sports or an Academy Award for theater. I fantasized that I could be the quarterback MVP in my graduating year, set a record at a state meet, or have critics rave about me at the Golden Globes. Suffice to say, I didn't quite get there. However, I've achieved something equally powerful in nature. I found that the art of giving is the ultimate reward and almost a selfish behavior. Thank you to Ms. Alana Winnick, who I have worked with at Mahopac High School in collaboration with other Gen Yes students to help teachers and administration with computer, software, and technology problems. She has taught me valuable skills and assets that have helped me to be here today. I also like to wish her good luck in her new position at the BOCES Lower Hudson Regional Information Center. I'd also like to thank Ms. Jennifer Marr from the Mahopac Carmel Chamber of Commerce, who has given me the opportunity to help bring the annual street fair to life for the past several years. This event needs many volunteers, and I am honored to have worked with her in many different capacities. Jennifer, you can count on me every year, even after I graduate. In addition, I want to thank Rabbi Eitan Hammerman, who has given me the opportunity to teach many students in the weekly Hebrew school program and perform many acts of mitzvot, Jewish acts of charity for the benefit of the community. I could not be here without Mariana Callaghy, my school counselor, who originally nominated me for this award. She's had the utmost faith in me and has supported me in all of my endeavors throughout my high school career. She's made a role in shaping me to who I am today and to help me to come here. Finally, I'd like to thank my parents and Patty, who have driven me out to all of these events and brought me out with the goodwill and compassion to give back to the community and support those who have given so much to me. You are invaluable to me and are my closest supporters. Thanks.
Congratulations. Okay, now I'm going to call up our second award winner, and that's Greg Bonnier. If you want to come up here. Congratulations. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Greg. He lives in Carmel. He goes to Mayapack High School. He's in the 11th grade there. Some of the organizations that he's worked for: the Putnam County Youth Court, Mayapack High School, freshman orientation leader, Mayapack Public Library. Some of the volunteer efforts that he's been involved with is he's trained students, he's participated in trials, he's put in over 225 hours with the youth court. He's done a lot of work with the freshman orientation as a leader. He's motivated and helped younger kids to read, and he volunteers at events for children who have cancer. Why does he like to volunteer? He likes to volunteer because he likes to be a leader, he likes to give motivation, and he likes to provide direction. And I know he does a great job at that. And who is his role model? His role model is his older brother, who's 21 years old. Is he here tonight? He's not here tonight. He's going to graduate from college soon, right? So he's finishing up. Well, he's always been a great mentor for Greg, that he's always been there to guide him. He's provided a lot of advice, and he's helped him develop in so many different ways, that he looks up to him in so many ways. As far as future plans go, Greg wants to be a mechanical engineer. So he's at this time starting to look into schools, and he will narrow it down and make a good choice. Congratulations.
I'm not gonna spend that much time. Not as much. I'm gonna say your speech was beautiful, but I don't have the mentality. I'd like to start off by, of course, thanking my parents, the lovely Mark and Christine Bunier, for just always being there and helping me with driving and getting me from A to B. I'd like to thank Barbara Reitz, who's in the back, and Adrian, who I believe I saw today, for not only nominating me, but working with me in the youth court and just making that organization the best that it could be. I too would like to thank Miss Mariana Calgi, who is my guidance officer, who she just for really allowing me to achieve my academic success, and Helen Lamarzi from the Mayapack Public Library for giving me opportunities and writing me countless letters of recommendation. On a final note, I'd like to thank the Youth Bureau for recognizing me and appreciating the time that I've put in. And thank you.
Congratulations. Great job. Great job. Okay, our next winner I'd like to call up is Catherine Kazari. Congratulations. Let me tell you a little bit about Catherine. She is also from Mayapack High School. She lives in Mayapack, and she's in the 12th grade. And some of the organizations that she's been involved with are the Student Athletic Council, St. John's Church, and a program called Future Engagements. Some of the great volunteer efforts that she's been doing are, she's involved as a freshman orientation mentor. She's assisted with religious education activities. She's actually going to be speaking at an event coming up where they raise money for cancer research. That's really terrific. She's done stuff with Green Chimneys, the holiday party, hurricane benefit concerts, senior citizen proms, and she teaches Spanish to elementary education students. Why does she like to volunteer? Okay, here's the answer. She likes to be directly involved in helping people. When she does something good to help people, it makes her feel good. And who are her role models? Her parents. She picked out her parents. She feels that they are very strong people, that they have taught her the right way to do things, and they've provided terrific and great values for her life in the future. She's currently looking into different colleges, and her field of study is going to be secondary education and English. Congratulations.
Actually, since I was talking to you, picked a college, Siena College. I'm going to read next year. And there's no such thing as future engagement. I was actually referring to the gala and things that I'm going to be doing in the future, like speaking, so clarifying. First of all, I'd like to thank Ms. Trefty, even though she's not here. She was the one who nominated me, and she's really gotten me involved with volunteer work throughout high school. Also, I'd like to thank, of course, my parents and my whole family for being very supportive of me, just all the time, my whole life. And other than that, at the school, some people that have really helped me out are Mr. Augusta, even though he's not here, and just all my teachers are really great. So I'd like to thank you guys for picking me to get the award. I really appreciate it. And thanks.
Congratulations.
Good, thank you. You want some soda?
Okay, great job. All right, our next winner is Christina Cioli. If you want to come up here. Congratulations. Christina is also from Mahopac High School and lives in Mahopac and is a senior this year. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's involved with some organizations in the community. One of them is the Mahopac Sport Top Soccer Program. She's involved with the Interact Junior Rotary. She's involved with the Italian Club. Some of her volunteer efforts include teaching children with disabilities to play soccer. She does tutoring and teaching at the local library. She's been involved with Columbus Day events, food and clothing drives, provided services to the high school, the community, the Rotary. She's been a field coach and buddy and an organizer of volunteers. Now, why does she like to do volunteering? Okay. She feels she enjoys helping anyone who's in need, but she's particularly drawn to a special calling for people with disabilities. That seems to be her specific passion and does very well with that from what I've read about. And her role models are her parents. She feels that her parents have always pushed her to be the best and have always been very supportive of her. And her plans are pretty much in place for her future. She's going to go to the University of Buffalo, and she wants to major in speech pathology. Okay. Okay.
All right. Good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone that has put any effort into this event. It's beautiful. I love it. It is an honor to receive this award, and I would like to just start by congratulating all my other recipients as well. I would like to thank Marion Heinzinger, who could unfortunately not make it. She is my mentor, and she's the one that really pushed me to be one of the best people that I could be. I would like to thank my guidance counselor, Julie Cummins, who is also not here, for nominating me for the award, the Youth Bureau for choosing me, and to my parents and my family that are here tonight. You guys always inspire me, and I really just am grateful for all that you do for me. So thank you, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Congratulations. Terrific. At this time, I'm going to call up Doreen Lockwood, who's going to present the next several winners. Doreen?
Thank you, Roger. I would like to ask Andrew Farrell to come on up. Andrew is from Brewster and is in 11th grade at Kennedy High School. For the past 7 years, Andrew has served as a volunteer altar server at the St. Lawrence O'Toole Church. In addition, Andrew has volunteered in the Putnam County Youth Court for 3 years and has volunteered annually at the Hudson Valley Cerebral Palsy Walk for Opportunity, and still finds time to tutor fellow students in Latin, no less, during homeroom at school. Andrew says he likes volunteering because he feels pretty good when he can see how his actions directly and indirectly affect someone else's life for the better. His role models are his family. At this time, Andrew is undecided about where to go for college, but he wants to study material science. Andrew, would you like to say a few words?
I'd like to thank everyone, especially Barbara and Adrian, for nominating me, and my mom and dad, and my Aunt Callie, who came from Boston to be here. It's a great event, and I'm really honored that I could receive this award, so thank you.
Next, I would like to ask Sarah Hard to come up. Sarah? Sarah is from Garrison and is in 11th grade at James O'Neill High School. Sarah was the team captain for the Phillipstown Relay for Life fundraiser and managed to raise $1,200 in just 4 days. She also has volunteered for the Friends of Phillipstown at various 5K races and the Castle Run. Sarah has also volunteered as an orientation leader for students from Garrison who will be attending James O'Neill High School. Sarah volunteers because she loves helping people. She said she lives in an amazing community with amazing people and likes to do whatever she can to give back. Sarah said that both of her parents are her role models and that they support her volunteers' efforts in any way they can. Sarah said her parents set a good example for her and that they continue to guide her to make level-headed decisions that allow her to stand on her own 2 feet. Sarah would like to attend Boston University and study primary education or high school English. Sarah also wants to continue volunteering in the Garrison community. Congratulations, Sarah. We'd like to say
Hi, everybody. Obviously, I'd like to thank you guys all for coming out tonight and congratulate all of the fellow winners of this award. Just like hearing everything you guys have done is amazing, and I'm so excited to hear about everybody else. I'd just like to take some time to thank my parents who, as Ms. Lockwood just told you, have always really inspired me for just volunteering and really in anything I do. Like I could say, you know, I just want to stop and travel across the world or anything like that, and I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy about it, but, you know, they'd be behind me 100%. And again, just anything I do. My nominator, Miss Deborah Crow, was not available tonight, and I really wish she had been because then you guys would all get to meet her and see that she's a really incredible woman and has played a huge role in all of my volunteering, especially in integrating my community of Phillipstown with my school community. And overall, I would like to, again, thank everybody, the youth board, all the other esteemed members of our community, and just thank you all for being out here.
Next, I would like to ask Megan Hoynes to please come on up. Megan? Congratulations. Megan lives in Brewster and is in 10th grade at Brewster High School. Megan volunteers to help new members at the Putnam County Youth Court learn about all the different aspects of court cases and has served in many different roles in youth court. Megan also volunteered at Tenetta Lakes Swim Club during the summer by serving as a swim aide to teach children to swim. As a member of the National Honor Society, Megan took part in various volunteer events such as collecting food for the needy, collecting clothes, car washes, and other events. In addition, Megan also volunteers at the Sacred Heart Church, collecting recyclables and donating money to the church. Megan likes to volunteer because it makes her feel good to help other people in her community and give back to others. It also helps her to gain confidence and allows her to interact with her peers. Megan's parents are her role models because they encourage her in everything she does and serve as good examples. Megan said her dad taught her how to be more confident in herself and that her mom always taught her about having the utmost respect for all those around her. Megan would like to attend a good college somewhere in New York and pursue a career in either biology or writing. Megan aspires to be a good influence on the world like Barbara, Adrian, and Joyce, whom she admires very much. Megan, would you like to say a few words?
I'm so honored to have received this award tonight, and I would like to congratulate all the other recipients. I have a few people to thank. Thank you to Barbara and Adrian. You are both wonderful role models, and you've taught me so much throughout the years. Thank you to Judge Reitz for your words of wisdom and encouragement. Thank you to Mr. Holtzman and Patricia Borman for helping me along the way. Thank you to my parents. Without you, I would never have become who I am today, and I love you both so much. I am so blessed to be attending Brewster High School, which is a wonderful place to go to every day, and I thank Mr. Stack for being here tonight. Thank you to Joyce King for sharing so many words with me and always encouraging me in everything I do. And thank you to my best friend, Yukali. You're the most amazing friend, and you've always been there for me. Never stop being awesome. Finally, thank you to Kathy Klein and all the Putnam County Youth Bureau. This is really amazing. Have a good night.
Next, I would like to ask Patrick Janjulis to please come on up. Patrick. Patrick is in 12th grade at the Haldane High School and lives in Cold Spring. Patrick has served as a volunteer firefighter with the Cold Spring Fire Department and an altar server at Our Lady of Loretto Parish. Patrick has also volunteered with the Sandy Relief Program and assisted families after their losses from Hurricane Sandy. Pat likes to volunteer because it gives him a great feeling to give back to the community, especially when he sees everyone's appreciation for his volunteer efforts. Pat's role model is his father because he admires his father's integrity and will to accomplish things. Pat plans to attend Mount St. Mary College and study criminal justice. Congratulations. Would you like to say that?
Thank you. I'd like to thank the Youth Bureau, congratulate all the other recipients, and thank the whole Haldane faculty and staff over there, and especially thank my parents.
Next, I would like to ask Bob Gentili to come up.
Thank you, Doreen. I am, do you remember that? So happy to be up here. Come on now, you gotta work with me on this. And I'm not gonna hug you, Joe. Yes, I am very happy to be up here to present the awards to these young adults. I've done this for a number of years, and every year I am just totally in awe of what they do and what I'm going to assume they're going to do. So, let's just start with the first one. Would Kayla Mancusi please come up here? Kayla? I had the wonderful opportunity to call her and talk to her, and she's a lovely young lady. She goes to Mayapack High School. She's a junior, and she would love to go to Loyola University. and she would like to major in sociology. Did I get that right? Would possibly want to become a criminal lawyer. So let me tell you a little bit about what she has done. She's in the Spanish Club, Spanish National Honor Society, varsity bowling, youth court senior member, steering committee, graduation committee, training committee, Putnam County Sheriff's Cadet Program, Camp Combe YMCA counselor and team leaders club, assisted in the Lakeland Elementary School PTO activities, midnight run, volunteered at the West Ledge Nursing Home. When I asked her, why do you like volunteering? She said, well, it feels good to help other people. And she loves learning about other people and being a part of their life. When I asked her who her role model was, she didn't hesitate 1 second in saying that it was her grandfather, who has since passed away. And I asked her why. He said he's a very driven man who always wanted to help others, and he expected her to be the best at whatever she did. She respected him, and he respected her. So let me tell you a little bit of some accolades that were presented to me about Kayla. And I'm just going to read what was given to me. It's pretty unbelievable. Kayla has shown a commitment to participate in all she volunteers for, despite rigorous school schedule, participation in sports, and family obligations. She rarely misses weekly meetings, and she actively participates in community service activities. She doesn't show up just for the day of the event. She strives to make the event successful. She is level-headed, kind, and always has a smile on her face. She is a joy to work with and does not complain. She is willing to be placed wherever needed and is always willing to sacrifice her own desires to help other people and to help other people succeed. She is respectful to all and open to feedback and direction and welcomes the opportunity to learn and grow. Kayla shows her peers how to behave in a professional manner because she is respectful, conscientious, and kind at all times. And this last one I'm going to read is dear to my heart because I'm camp director of Camp Herlick, and this is from her camp, Camp Combe, which really has touched my heart because these words are pretty cool. Kayla's energy and enthusiasm for her work are nothing more than infectious, making her an incredible, valuable member of our community. Campers and co-workers alike are inspired by her passion. She is also very mission-focused and works hard to provide the best quality, most loving care she can for her young campers. She is ever mindful of her position as a role model, and she consistently demonstrates, encourages, and reinforces the core values of respect, responsibility, honesty, and caring. Congratulations, Kayla.
Thank you, Mr. Gentile. First, I would like to thank the Youth Board for nominating me choosing me for this award. It's an honor. I'd also like to thank Barbara Reitz and Adrian Iasoni for nominating me for the award. They've been great leaders with the Youth Board, and I've had such an experience with all of them. I'd also like to thank Youth Board. It has been such an amazing experience, and I've had the honor to learn from the distinguished members of the local justice system, such as Judge Reitz. I'd also like to thank Deputy Mansfield, the Sheriff, Undersheriff, and the Putnam County Sheriff's Department for the amazing Putnam County Sheriff's Cadet Program that I do. It has instilled such confidence in myself and has taught me discipline, dedication, and responsibility. I'd also like to thank YMCA Camp Combe for teaching me that you can always be a kid no matter how old you get, while giving me the chance to help kids grow every summer, just like my counselors have watched me grow and helped me grow for the past 10 years. All these activities have given me the opportunity to experience and meet new friends while giving back to the community. I'd like to thank my grandparents and my grandma for encouraging me to get involved in the community. I'd also like to thank them for driving me everywhere. My mom called herself the personal chauffeur. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight, and once again the Youth Board for choosing me for this amazing award. It's such an honor. Thank you.
Okay, the next person I'd like to bring up here is Daniel Miller. Dan? It's almost in alphabetical order, Danny. Congratulations. Daniel goes to Carmel High School, is a junior there, and he's not sure where he wants to go yet for college, but he's thinking about it, and he's possibly thinking about going into the teaching field. Here's some of the things that Danny has done. Carmel High School Mentor Program, Carmel High School Interact Club, which I happen to be the Interact advisor, or has been for a number of years, and he's been involved with the Interact Club, serving other people. Rotary Shootout, Fish and Chips, involved with that. Putnam Youth Court, 4-H Youth Planning Committee, Teen Active Group with Cornell Cooperative, students assisting students at Kent Primary, volunteer at Kent Library. When I asked him, why do you volunteer? He says it's fun to interact with different people and loves to give back and make a positive difference in other people's lives. When I asked Danny who his role model was, he said immediately his dad. And when I asked him why, he said he's a hardworking man and he puts his family ahead of everything and has a lot of respect. He has a lot of respect for his father. So here are some of the nice things that have been said about you. Daniel is a thoughtful young man who gives as much as he can. He enjoys making a difference. He frequently offers to volunteer. Daniel is a responsible, organized young man who accepts others and works hard to help as much as he can, always present and always on time. He is always eager to volunteer, often staying for the entire event, including setting up and cleaning up. He always seems happy to help in any way. He's a good example to his peers by taking the initiative to do what's needed to be done without having to be asked. He is a positive role model to all students with his behavior and respect. Congratulations.
I don't have much to say, but I would really just like to thank my parents again, my mother for basically planning my life. My father for the reasons mentioned. Also my brother, who I think will be coming up here soon. He's a cool guy. And I'd also like to thank Ms. Mancini for nominating me, and also the Putnam County Youth Board for awarding me this high honor. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, folks, we have a brother coming up here, and I'd like to introduce Andrew Miller. Andrew? All right. Well, Andrew is a junior at Carmel High School. Not quite sure yet where he wants to go to college or what his major is going to be, but I've known Andrew for a few years here because he's also in the Interact Club, and I'm sure whatever you do, you're going to be successful at it. Possibly going into engineering or a medical field is what you're thinking right now. So let me tell you a little bit about what he has done. Carmel High School Mentor Program, Carmel High School Interact Club, Rotary Shootout, and Fish and Chips. Putnam Youth Court, 4-H Youth Planning Committee, Teen Action Group with Cornell Cooperative, students assisting students at Kent Primary, and he volunteers at the Kent Library Reading Buddies. When I asked him why does he like to volunteer, he says he loves to do something worthwhile and to make a difference. And I love that when you say you want to make a difference. Role models. Immediately he said his parents. Why? Because they encourage him to be helpful and to be happy. Some of the things that have been said about you, Andrew, is this. You're extremely committed to your reading, and your buddy's always showing up for a scheduled time. When there's anything scheduled, you're there on time. You are always helpful with special programs, often staying for hours at a time, and you're always happy. Andrew takes the initiative to get done what is needed without being asked. He is a great role model, and he is always asking what he can do to help. Andrew has great patience and is always kind. He is intelligent and a hardworking student. Andrew is a positive leader and is willing to try new things and is always open to new ideas. He is always upbeat, smiling, organized, and responsible, and he always listens to his mother. No, I threw that one in. Yes, a fine young man right here, and congratulations.
I wasn't really planning on speaking tonight, and I'm not the best public speaker, so this is going to be both short and awkward. I'd like to thank my parents for driving my brother and I everywhere, for teaching us the importance of giving back to the community, and for working really hard into making us not terrible human beings. I'd like to thank my guidance counselor, Mrs. Mancini, for nominating me for this award. I'd like to thank my Aunt Rosie and Aunt Kathy for coming to this dinner. And I'd like to thank the youth board for giving me this award, which I really appreciate.
Okay, I'd like to introduce our next presenter, our Putnam Youth Board Vice President, and probably our next President of the United States, Stephen Youssef.
Can we have Thomas O'Connor come up?
Congrats, Tommy.
Well, Thomas is a junior at Carmel High School, and he's now 17 years old. He indicated to me when I called him on the phone of how important community service is to him. He loved the feeling of knowing that he's helping out those in need without expecting anything back from him. To him, that's to be expected of everyone. He feels that it's a duty to do community service. He's involved in many community programs. He's an active Putnam County Youth Corps member and has served many important roles like defense attorney and prosecution. He's a camp counselor in training at the Madden Outdoor Education Center. And he said he loves being a part of the program because he believes that getting kids to be more nature-friendly and more outdoors inclined is extremely important, especially in this day and age. He participated in the National Youth Leadership Forum down in Washington, D.C., and he also works as a volunteer at the Putnam County 4-H Fair. Some descriptions of Tommy from his peers, and they're as follows. Rachel Wade, who oversees Tommy's camp training, said, "Tommy would always ask what more he could do to help. Many young people wait to be asked. I think that is one of the many reasons that he is so amazing." Mark Rappaport from the Rappaport Law Firm states, "He is profoundly committed to people. He takes initiative and is a role model for all." And also, Tommy was instrumental in saving Mr. Rappaport's life, I believe. From drowning, I believe, right? That's very impressive. Very impressive. And on a personal note, I've known Tommy and his family for many years now, wonderful people. And I think that from around kindergarten, I believe, right? And ever since we were little, Tommy's always been that guy. He was always, he was always willing to lend a hand or offer help to anyone in need. I mean, he's honestly an incredible person, and helping others is undoubtedly an integral part of Tommy's life. And not only is he caring and compassionate to others, but he can also be professional while still having a stellar sense of humor. So it's an honor to introduce my really good friend, Tommy, now. Congratulations.
Alrighty, I guess I'll just say a few words. First of all, I'll say thank you to Mark Rappaport, who, is a very, very good family friend now, and he's really taken an interest in my life. It means so much to me. And as I was eating dinner, I was thinking, I do have to say something. And I was thinking at the time, I actually work in his office in the Empire State Building, the 44th floor. We started last summer, hopefully continue doing it this summer. And it was like my third day working there. And Mark said, all right, I'm going to send you to Chinatown, to the, it was the family court. I'm going to send you to Chinatown to the family court. It's about 20 minutes away. You've got 15 minutes to get there. And he gave me all these directions, which, I live around here, middle of the woods. I have no idea how to get around the city. Wrote down this whole big list for me. Take this train to this place and do this. And I remember I sprinted to the subway, I guess it is. And I was supposed to take the Q train. I'll never forget the letter in that train. And I didn't get it because there's two platforms, one train going one way, and then on the other side another train going the other way. And I thought I got on the right platform, and at this point I only got 10 minutes left to get to the place before they leave for lunch, and it doesn't matter how important the thing is, when they leave for lunch, they're done. So yeah, I thought I was getting on the track for the Q train, and then I see the Q train pull up all the way on the other side. Knew I wasn't going to make it, so I just, I got real angry at myself, and I sprinted to the other side. Of course I didn't catch that train, I had to wait another 5 or 6 minutes. Felt like an eternity for it to come again. Finally got to Chinatown, stepped out, and it's just a sea of people, which I was not used to. I could have laid down and it would have carried me. It's just... And I finally, I see the American flag coming off the building in the distance. I knew that was the family court. And I finally get in there. I go through security and everything. And by now it was like, I was supposed to be there by 12. It was 12:02. I was late. He gave me an impossible task. He told me that it was pretty much impossible, but I knew I had to try my hardest, but I didn't make it. And there was this really important-looking guy running out of the courtroom that I was supposed to go to. And, I was freaking out. I was late. So I ran up to him and I said, "Please, sir, you got to help me. I'm Tom O'Connor from Rappaport Law Firm." And he looks at me for a second and he goes, "Good for you." And I started freaking out. I said, "You got to help me. I told my boss that I delivered this paper. I've never worked in the city. This is my third day working here. I have no idea what I'm doing." So we ran back into the courtroom, and he came back out with the sheet that I need signed, helped me out. And I'll just never forget that feeling of hard work and knowing that I did something that probably wasn't possible. But the feeling of having done it was so incredible. All right, so that's enough about that one. Sorry. Rachel Wade from the Madden Outdoor Center. Always had a wonderful time there. They treat me so well. They love having me back there. We actually had a hike up the Adirondack Trail. Was the Appalachian. It was one of the either Appalachian or Adirondack trails. But I play guitar, and I brought my guitar to the camp before, and the kids loved it. So even though I was carrying this 40-pound bag that was already breaking my back, part way up, they dropped off my guitar, and I strapped it to the back of my backpack, and I broke my back, almost literally. It was a pain. But we got up to the campsite later that night, and we were just sitting around outside, and I was playing guitar, the kids were singing some silly songs, and just to see all the kids, just a bit younger than me, they were just so happy. And it was wonderful, and it was worth it. And then carrying it back down the next day in the middle of the pouring rain was scary. Yes. Well, I got to thank my parents. I got to thank my dad. A few years ago, he was playing guitar. I didn't know how to play guitar at the time, but he was doing something different. He was playing with his fingers instead of a pick, and I thought it was really weird. At the time, I was listening to disgusting music, like bands like Slipknot and terrible bands. But I don't know, I liked something about what you were doing, and I knew that I had to learn guitar like that. That's pretty much all I do now. So after trying really, really hard, you let me to change my style of music. Definitely made me so much happier. And of course, got to thank my mom for not planning out my life. All right, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you, everybody.
All right. Can we have Teresa Ritchie come up? Congratulations. Great job. Teresa's a senior in Mahopac High School. She's currently 17 years old. She says that community service is a huge part of her life and that she can never do enough. She has more than 500 hours to date, to a point where she stopped even bothering to count. She told me that it's not just about getting the hours, it's about knowing that you did something to help someone in need. She's a serious athlete as well. She volunteers as an athletic teaching assistant at her school. She's also on the Student Athletic Council, where she volunteered for the Green Chimneys, the Senior Citizen Prom, and even the 2011 Special Olympics. She's also a member of the Mahopac Sports Association, where she volunteered for the girls softball clinic. She also served in the Mahopac Touchdown Club, where she worked at the concession to raise money for the football team. Her role models include her mother and her athletic trainer, Miss Marissa Fleury. Miss Fleury described Teresa as an extremely committed individual to her community service projects. Also, that she's a positive role model because she sets her mind to a task and sticks through it to the very end. Teresa wants to go to school to become a physical therapist and dreams of one day working to treat the Miami Heat, I believe, right? I'd like to introduce Teresa now.
Also the Miami Dolphins, just letting you know. So I just want to say thanks to my family, Miss Felder for nominating me, Miss Magnusio, Miss Trepney, Mr. Hatt, who's been there for me since freshman year, also my best friend Alexa, who's here, and you guys have always supported me through everything, and it really means a lot. I can never say thank you enough. I also want to thank you to the youth board for giving me this award. It's truly an honor, and congratulations, everyone.
I'd like to call up Kristen Webb. Congratulations, Kristen. Great job. Kristen's a senior at Carmel High School. She's currently 17 years old. And she says that community service is a vital part of her life and that she loves knowing that she's helping out Putnam County and bettering the community as a whole. Kristen's involved in such a wide variety of programs here in Putnam County. She's an avid member of the 4-H, and some of the specific programs of the 4-H she's involved in is the Teen Action Group, the Putnam County Youth Forum Planning Committee, the State Teen Action Representative Retreat Planning Committee, and Choose Health of Putnam County. Some of the things used to describe Kristen by her peers are hardworking, positive, great at problem solving while still getting work done, and just overall a good-hearted person. As president of the Teen Action Group, Kirsten proved to be a very strong leader by taking tough situations and turning them into progress. Kirsten's role model is her mom, because she's always pushing Kirsten to be the best that she can be. Mom did a great job, I tell you. She's been accepted into many of her top colleges' choices, and she decided to attend Marywood in Pennsylvania, and she wants to major in hospitality management. Now, I know Kirsten personally from school and from the Youth Forum Planning Committee. The way she handles situations in a positive manner and leads with an affable and caring attitude is really inspirational. So it's an honor now to introduce Kirsten.
I would just like to start to congratulate everyone else who received this award tonight. I'd like to thank Julia Berg, who nominated me for the award tonight. I'd like to thank my parents for always pushing me to be the best that I can be. And I'd like to thank the Youth Board for giving me this award.
I'd like to now call up our next presenter, Judge Thomas Jacobellis.
Well, I thank Steve Youssef, our Vice President of the Putnam County Youth Board, for, I wish at your age, at 50, you look good for 50, that you could speak in public. No, for real, your public speaking is tremendous. It's an honor and a privilege to be here tonight to introduce three well-deserving individuals. And first, I'd like to ask Nicola Rose Winograd to come up, please. It's really special for me to introduce Nicola here tonight, as her uncle Alex was my roommate back in the day at Siena College a long time ago. Nicola is a senior at Mahopac High School, and she's involved with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Freezing for a Reason, Student Athletic Council, as well as Athletes Bringing Change. With Make-A-Wish, she was involved with a charity basketball game with teachers and students where they raise money so they could complete wishes for children who qualified for the Make-A-Wish Foundation program. Freezing for a Reason, she's been a jumper, correct? For raising money, jumping into the freezing cold water in Lake Mahopac, and this year at Sycamore Park, raising money for cystic fibrosis. And with the Student Athletic Council, they're involved with programs such as senior proms for the seniors in the community and volunteering with the Women's Resource Center. When I asked Nicola why she liked volunteering, she told me she especially likes working with children, little children in the community, and likes helping other people. When I asked her who her role model was, she told me her coach, Mr. Famusa, from the soccer team. Because he did a lot for her, and when she gets older, she wants to be like him, helpful and helping other people. She's quite a combination of both academic and athletic talent, and she's received a scholarship where she's going to continue playing Division I soccer at the University of Hartford on an academic and athletic scholarship. Congratulations.
Hi. I just wanted to give a special thanks to everyone that that set up the dinner tonight, and everyone that chose me to receive this award, and congrats to everyone else that received it. My mom would always say that my helping started out when I was younger. I would go to the grocery store purposely with her to rearrange all of the shelves, all the cans and boxes, to make the workers there, their job a little bit easier. So that's definitely where my helping started out. I want to thank Miss Henbury, because she was one of the first people that allowed me to help out, and that I got into community service through her. When I was in 4th grade, I participated in the Make-A-Wish basketball game between students and the athletes, or the teachers. And after that, 5th grade on, I have helped out ever since, doing concession stand and scoreboard. And when I got older, I would do all the raffles, and that's what I continue to do now, and I do that every single year. Another person I'd like to thank is Mr. Famusa, like you said. He really did an amazing amount of work for me. He helped me with all my recommendations. He nominated me for this, and he helped me with my leadership skills, definitely. I started when I was a sophomore. I was on varsity soccer, and although I did not play all the time and I did not start, I got very little time actually. He helped me to believe in myself and work harder as time went on, and eventually I received a starting position, and I was speaking captain this year for our team. I would also like to thank, of course, my parents. If they did not raise me the way that they did, I would not be this person that I am today. They have helped me with being close to my brothers. That's something with me and my 3 brothers are very close to each other. And although my brother is at NC State, he does come home a lot, and we do miss him all the time, and I know I'll miss them when I go away, probably the it'll be the three people that I'll miss the most. But just because we are so close, I know that I will be able to deal with it. That's really it. Thank you.
Next, it's my honor and privilege to ask Hannah Youssef to please come up. Hannah is a 10th grader, sophomore at Carmel High School. And again, it's a privilege to introduce her here because Hannah is one of the very few student members of the Putnam County Youth Board, and they play a vital role in helping the other adult youth board members keep in tune of what really the youth in the community are dealing with and are facing. And Hannah got me at the buffet line, and she's a member, but she's announcing her candidacy for vice president of the youth board tonight. So good luck. Sorry, Steve. But in all seriousness, Hannah served for the last 6 years as an altar server at St. James Parish here in Carmel. She's been a member of the Putnam County Youth Court. She's on Senator Ball's Youth Advisory Committee against bullying. She's a black belt in Taekwondo, so don't mess with her. And she's also involved in the Sheriff Cadets program. In her free time, I don't know how she has any free time, she plays the violin and the piano. When I asked her why she does all that she does for our community, she really didn't hesitate, told me she loves helping the community, makes her feel good, she enjoys it, and she loves helping other people. When I asked Hannah who her role model was, again, no hesitation, she told me it was her grandmother, who taught her how to help others and that it's good to help other people. She's only a sophomore, but she's pretty driven and wants to go to medical school and become a doctor. And I'm sure she'll succeed in whatever she wants to do. Congratulations.
All right. I'd like to thank Mrs. Reitz, Mrs. Iasoni, and Mr. Kalmus, my science teacher, for nominating me for this award. Also, Deputy Mansfield, Father Howley from my church, and Father DeBellis for filling out my reference forms. And especially to the Youth Advisory Board for considering me for this award. Thank you. I'm in youth court, and whenever I get cases, I never understood why. When criminals get in trouble, they get community service hours for punishment. For me, community service hours are a great thing. It's not punishment at all to me. I really enjoy it. I am honored to volunteer for Putnam County. I'd also like to thank my mom, dad, and you too, Stephen, for everything. I love you guys a lot. I'd like to share this award with my grandparents, Tata, and my grandmother, Tata, in heaven, who taught me that helping others is the best thing to do. Congratulations to all the other recipients, and I thank you very much.
I now ask Michael Anzuno to please come up. Michael is a junior at Mahopac High School. Some of the organizations that he has volunteered for in the community are the Putnam County Youth Board, Putnam County Youth Court, where he's been an attorney, Putnam Hospital Center here in Carmel, Town of Carmel Parks and Recreation Department, and the Mahopac Sports Association. Michael is also a member of the Mahopac High School varsity football team. One of the big areas when I was looking over Michael's application was of volunteer work was Sycamore Park here in the town of Carmel, and I know Mr. Gilchrist was involved in your nomination process. And I asked him, I said, why Sycamore? You know, it was a place that I'm familiar with, and he said he really, really loved it growing up as a kid. And what he wanted to do as he got older was to make sure by volunteering that the younger kids growing up through the community could enjoy the park as much as he did, which I thought was really neat. He said that he loves working with the younger kids in the community and making sure that it's a great place. When I asked him who his role model was, he told me it was his AP chemistry teacher at Mahopac High School, that he was strong and smart, passionate in what he does, made the subject very interesting, and that's something he wants to take forward as he moves on with life, is that passion for something you enjoy. He's up in the air with his decision for college at the moment, but he knows that he wants to study science, medicine, or business in the future, and I wish him the best of luck. Congratulations.
I just want to thank my parents for always being there, and for Barbara, thank Barbara and Adrian for nominating me, and everyone who supports me, and thanks a lot.
At this time, I would like to invite up Tom Cunningham, who is the athletic director at Haldane High School, as well as the dean of students, to introduce our adult winner.
Good evening. First, I want to say thank you to the Putnam County Youth Bureau for hosting this event tonight. It's a great night. And I just want to say one thing. Tom O'Connor, I'm going to take that subway story because it's a great story. Get kids motivated and get stuff done. It's a great story. Good job. And also, I want to say congratulations to all the recipients. You truly are an example of what is right, about our youth today. So you should be proud of that, and I know your parents are. So congratulations again. I'd like to call up our Adult Award recipient, Anthony Vergidamo. Come on up, Anthony. Just to give you a little background on Anthony, Anthony graduated from Haldane. He currently is our volunteer coach for basketball for the last 7 years, and I believe baseball for the last 9 years. Now, what's unique about this situation is that he coaches with his twin brothers. Joe, who's our varsity boys basketball coach, so he assists, and Tom is our varsity baseball coach. They all three of them work together throughout the season. So it's a unique situation. So when I show up to Haldane, it's my 3rd year, they come up to me and they said, my brother volunteers. I said, oh yeah, that's great, good job. So I was like, I just kind of wanted to I know me and my brother, if we ever coached together, it'd be a little tricky. I know that. So it's just, I kind of want to see how this dynamic worked. And, when this came up, I nominated him because of the fact of just how well, not only did I work together, but just the fact that he puts in so much time with them and how much they rely on him. Not just the coaches, but the kids. Today I stopped one of the baseball players, he's also a basketball player, and I said, give me something, what do you think, Coach Anthony? And he goes, he starts rattling off good stuff. But the one thing that I thought was great was he said he provides a balance to our coaching staff. And if you've ever seen these two guys coach, they definitely need balance. So he provides that. But anyway, just a few things, and I'll hand it over to Anthony. First of all, we always talk about, as coaches and parents, passion. Anthony truly has that passion for coaching. It's something I always say at our sports awards dinner about our kids and our coaches is passion. So that's important. Anthony definitely has that. And both Tom and Joe, when I asked them separately, that word came up. So I knew, hey, I'm right on with that one. He has passion for what he does, and our kids see that. It's passion, it's dedication. Him and his wife just had twin daughters during the basketball season last year. So I remember he was showing up. His mom and dad are watching the babies in the stands, and it's crazy. And he shows up, right? Nothing bothers him. So it's just the kids see that. So he's truly a fine example for our student athletes. So I just want to say, Anthony, thank you for all you do for Haldane, and congratulations.
I'd just like to say a few words. Good evening. I'm not really much for public speaking, so I try not to put you to sleep tonight. That's one of the reasons why I like being the assistant coach, not the head coach, is that when we win, the players get all the credit, deservedly. When we lose, the head coaches, my brothers, get all the blame. Either way, I get to blend into the background, which is where I like to be. So, first off, I'd like to congratulate all the award winners tonight. Pretty amazing feats you guys all have done in your lives. I never would have won an award like that in high school, so a bit of a disaster then. But anyway, I'd like to thank the Putnam County Youth Board and Youth Bureau for putting together this wonderful evening. Had a great time. Next, I would like to thank our athletic director, Tom. He kept giving me the form to fill out during basketball season. I lost it once, and then I lost it again, and it might have been 3 or 4 more times where he gave up and I think filled out himself. So I'd like to thank him for doing that. I'd also like to thank my brothers, Tom and Joe, who Tom mentioned. It's a unique situation to be able to coach with your brothers. They're very passionate head coaches and they work extremely hard, very long hours. Their win-loss record isn't always where we'd like it to be, especially in basketball lately. You've been following, but they care more about their players on the on and off the court and the field than any other coaches I've ever been around. So I'd like to give them a round of applause. Next, I'd like to thank my parents, Karen and Tom, both Mayapack grads, by the way. They've always been very supportive of our coaching careers, especially our father. My father knows more about baseball than I'll ever learn in a lifetime, and he's always there to tell us if we should have bunted or if we should have took a kid out, or right after the game, he'll let us know. We wouldn't want it any other way. And he knocks us down when our head gets too big, and he'll pick us up when we're too down. So, thanks, Dad. And to my mom, well, having twin girls and coaching 2 sports, you can imagine how difficult that could be. So the free babysitting is very important. Yes. Thanks, Mom. And last, I would like to thank my wife, Stella. We've been married 4 years now. About 2 years ago, we found out we were having twin girls and thought my coaching career was over. Figured I could coach with 1 kid, but I don't know about 2. But she's been very supportive, and I've been able to get to all the games with a lot of help from her and the rest of my family. So thank you, Stella. I'd also like to thank, yes. I'd also like to thank Ryan McConville and his wife Megan for coming and supporting me tonight. Ryan's an assistant football coach at Haldane now, but remember his name. He's an up-and-coming football coach, Section 1, so I'll be around a while. Sorry, flip the page. We've had some up and down years since I've been a volunteer coach at Haldane. From a 4-16 basketball season to being this Class C state runners-up in baseball last year, I've been on both sides of winning and losing. Whether it was a good or bad season, the constant to me was always getting a chance to work with the kids and make a positive impact on their lives. Whether it was helping a kid become a better player on the field or simply hearing at the end of the season, Coach, I had fun this year. It was always worth it. And volunteering at the high school level is an extremely fun and rewarding experience. So thank you all and have a good night.
just want to congratulate all the award winners. I want to thank everybody for coming out this evening to the 28th Annual Youth Awards Dinner. Thank you to the Youth Bureau staff, the Youth Board, for all their hard work in making this event a huge success. I'd also like to thank all the nominators who took the time to consider these outstanding volunteers for this award. Just a few thank yous to the Brewster Flower Garden for providing the boutonnieres and corsages this evening. The Ladies of the Lake Auxiliary, to the Carmel Knights of Columbus Council. We do have T-shirts for all the award winners. We'll give them to you at the end. And the Putnam Communities That Care Coalition, Putnam County Sheriff's Cadets, and Brian Austin from Putnam County IT for videotaping this evening. Thank you. And congratulations to all the award winners for their community service efforts in Putnam County. And if all of the award winners could please come up for a photo op before you all leave. Thank you for coming this evening and enjoy your night.